What if an AI chatbot could not just respond with text, but also with interactive UI elements, just like this? Or this? Well, it actually can. And this allows a completely new way of using AI in your apps or to build new and exciting products. In this video, I want to give you a brief overview of how it works, brainstorm some ideas or some use cases, and then get technical and show you how to start building something like that yourself. Let's start with a bird's eye overview of how it works. Vercels AI SDK package leverages React Server components and AI tool use to create something they call Generative UI. So what does all of that actually mean? Tool use gives the AI access to so-called tools that it can use instead of answering with text. So an example would be, we have a get temperature tool that takes in a city as a parameter. And then if you would ask the AI, how's the temperature in San Francisco? It would know to use the tool instead of hallucinating something. And it would call this tool together with San Francisco as the city. And we can use that together with React Server components, which without getting too deep into the details just means that we render our React components on the server and stream them to the client. So we can combine these two to get this generative UI functionality. If we want to continue with the example, instead of just getting the temperature and returning it to the client, we would actually create a beautiful UI component and send that to the client. So you would ask, how's the weather in San Francisco? And you would get back a little widget, for example. And the widget can also be interactive. So you could maybe change the city or see the weather for tomorrow and the day after tomorrow. So what are potential use cases? Let's brainstorm a little bit, and I would invite you to participate and write your ideas as well into the comments. So one use case I think where it could be really helpful is if you have a big app with a lot of different complicated settings and they're kind of hard to navigate. For example, if you want to change some obscure privacy settings in Facebook, instead of clicking around all of these menus and trying to find the right setting, you could just ask the chatbot and it would respond with the part of the settings page that includes all the necessary informations for you. So you can directly in the chat change the settings that you're looking for. Another use case could be for customer support, so very similar, and it could help the clients or it could help the customers to get access to settings or to their shipping status or their order history in a very easy way directly inside of the chat window. And that could be really cool together with e-commerce. Imagine you could have a shop that is just a chat interface, and later in the tutorial we will build just that. But I think I picked a bad example there, and I'm already working on a much better one that will blow your mind. If you want to see that video, make sure to subscribe. To sum up, this gives us a way to build new hybrid AI apps, and I'm super excited for your ideas, what else you could build with it in the comments. So now let's get our hands dirty and write some code. To get started, let's initialize a new Next.js application using pnpm create next app latest. Next, install the AI package, the OpenAI AI adapter and Zod. And finally, add our OpenAI API key to the env local file. Once that's done, let's spin up the next project and see how it looks like. Okay, great, everything works. So let's get started by adding our chat interface and defining the UI components that we're going to need. So first we can just delete everything that's in here. And let's try out V0 if it can create a nice chat UI interface for us. I've never tested V0, so let's cross our fingers that it actually works. Okay, I think that looks decent. Let's copy paste it into our project. To make that work, we have to get these components, and I'm pretty sure they're from ShadCN UI. And also we need the Lucid React package for the icons. Let's initialize the ShadCN and add all the components that we need. So avatar, button, card, input, and scroll area. Add it to our page. That needs to be a client component. And now we should be able to add it to our page. And let's see how that looks. Perfect. Let's center it. Next, let's add the AI functionality. So we created our server action to actually handle the AI request. It's called submit user message. We give it an input. The input's going to be the prompt. Then we have like some system message. And for now, we just return a div with the content inside. And then, yeah, we return it. We can see it's a React node that gets returned. So let's wire up the chat UI. And another thing we should do, extract this message into its own component. So we can also use it here and return the message component. We extracted the message part into its own component. So now we can use it inside the actions. And yeah, don't worry, we're gonna update all of that message handling. So for now, the ID is just gonna be a timestamp. The sender here is the bot and the text is gonna be the content. Now let's handle the server function calling in the component. To use our server action, we have to create our AI state first and then wrap the whole application inside that AI state. So let's do that. Here we create our AI context provider. So let's wrap the whole application inside this context. And now all our components inside the application have access to our AI context. So instead of the messages array, we're going to use the conversation from our AI state. And when we send the message, we add our current message, the user message, to the conversation. Then we wait for the response from the AI. And then we set also that response into the conversation. Inside the scroll area, we map over the conversation and display the different messages. Then also a small update, I got rid of this message type and we're just going to put in text and sender. This got also updated here inside the Stream UI. So let's take a look and see if it works. As we can see, the AI is now hooked up to our chat interface. Now let's get to the exciting part and let's build some generative UI components. For our shop, let's start with the product card. Let's ask V0 again. It seems like it coded up its own error. So it seems it has some problems with the Z index, but let's just copy it and see if we can fix it ourselves. Okay, we have the card. Let's just put it on the page and see if it works. Nice, let's search for an image, like a placeholder image. I got this AirPods picture from Unsplash, and obviously you have to add Unsplash as an allowed hostname into your Next.js config. Next, let's ask the AI to create another 5 products. Okay. Yeah, just add these here, hard-code it, also find images for them. Let's do that real quick. Now we have all our products for our little online shop. Let's build out our first generative UI. So as you can see here, we will use the tools functionality to give the model access to tools. And the magic that happens is that we have this generate function. Yeah, if you've never seen this function star, that means that it's a generator function. And if you're interested in that, let me know. I can make a video about it and explain you how it works. You don't use it that often in JavaScript, but especially in the context of like streaming and AI and streaming responses to the server or from the server to the client, it's actually very handy to know. So I can definitely make a video on that. But basically we have this function and this function can return node. So in our case, the tool will get called with a name, and the name hopefully is one of the products. And then either it's going to send the product card that we just created, or it's going to send, oh, the product was not found. So let's update the system prompt a little bit and then try it out and remove the product card here from home. So let me zoom in a little bit. Okay, so we still have some issue here that we have to address because it just showed me the random smartwatch. But then after explaining that I want headphones, it actually showed me the headphones. Let's make another component that's maybe a carousel of all these different products. If we want to ask what product it has, it can display some of the products. And then let's also afterwards add the shopping cart, and let's see what else we can come up with. So one thing you can do is, because in the real world you would probably get your products from a database, for example. So first the AI will respond with searching for your product, and once the product is found, we will get the real product. So let's just simulate a 1 second delay to find the products. And also let's make this chat window a little bigger. Okay, that looks much better. So let's try again. And as you can see, it says searching for your product, and then it goes up, and we could even have like another message type with a little spinner and so on. But let's do like the gallery view next. Okay, so we created our carousel. Let's add a new function or a new tool to our server action. So yeah, we added the new tool. This one will not take in any parameters. And then we again simulate a 2 second timeout where we're first going to say fetching all products, and then we're going to display the product overview. Let's see how that looks like. Fetching all products, and here we get our carousel with all the products that are in store. So yeah, as you can see, like there's some smaller UI fixes that we could do. Also, we could add the buttons left and right, but yeah, let's not get hung up on these smaller things. Let's build our cart next, and I think we can put it like here on the right. Okay, yeah, it looks a little crappy, but who cares? Oh, actually, I see we didn't give the AI in the back end access to the whole history. This is why this is not working properly. So let's fix that first and then come back and finish up our shopping cart thing. We need the history from the get AI state, and then we have to pass the history here inside the messages, and then we're also going to use messages instead of prompt. But as we can see here, there's an issue because when we created our AI state, we didn't properly type it. So let's fix that real quick. The AI state is going to be a role of user or assistant and content. To get access to the history, we're going to use get mutable AI state. And now we have to update the states whenever we get an answer from the tool or from the AI. So that's when we get a text or when one of the tools is called. So let's start with the text. If we get the text, we just add the text to the history. And when there's a tool call, okay, let's see if it works. Yeah, let's just log the history and see what we get. Yeah, so as we can see, the user messages are not added to the history. So let's fix that. Let's just update the AI history inside the client. Okay, let's try again. Yes, nice. Now the thing has full context. One more thing, it puts like markdown here. We could parse that, but yeah, who cares? Let's add our add to cart functionality. To manage the state for our shopping cart, I installed Zod, and yeah, I created this product store, and then inside our product cart, if we click add to cart, we just add the product. Let's try it out and see if it works. Okay, as we can see, it works. It's kind of shitty the way it looks. So let's fix that real quick, and maybe also add a remove functionality. Okay, that already looks better. And then okay, and yeah, now you can see what I was talking about. So here we obviously would want probably like a quantity, and then if we delete all because we're checking against the name. So yeah, something we could definitely improve. Yeah, actually, let's just create a shopping cart thing with v0. Okay, that looks great. Let's copy it over and update it a little bit. yeah, let's put the quantity inside our Zustand and I think apart from that, everything looks good. Okay, so now we should be able to handle the quantity. So we check if we find the product in there, and if we don't find it, we put it in there with a quantity of 1, and else we increase the quantity by 1. So yeah, I also added the quantity updates to the remove product, and then I updated our cart item cart to use our product store. Let's also put it here in the shopping cart and then see how it looks like. Okay, that works, that works. Okay, this doesn't work. Okay, something's going wrong. Okay, great, so our shopping cart works. Yeah, I'm gonna go to sleep. Let's see if I'm gonna do something tomorrow.